ThaGuyXii.
Hey man, this is part 3 to Batman Second Son. And you know, I'm gonna just start. Like I ain't gonna do too much introduction stuff. I just wanna get it out the way. I'm not gonna lie, I did try to record this video earlier, but like my OBS didn't pick up any of my vocals and shit. So like that dude got me a little bit frustrated. But I still know exactly what I'm going for. So I can just, you know me. I'm just gonna run that shit back. But where I last left off, you know what I'm saying? Casper, he was looking out the window. He seen the Batmobile. That was probably like 20 minutes ago for him. But like he ended up seeing the Batmobile. He was monologuing. He was thinking on who he gonna be and what he gonna do. Because he's still kinda immature. Like he ended up gaining a little bit of maturity from them few books that he read, and well, that basically program memories into his head. But he's still relatively immature at this point. So once he's seen that, and he's still having a identity thing where he's like he don't know if he want to be good or bad because he don't know. Like he like heroes, but at the same time, him being a hero himself, it just seemed like it just seemed boring. It just seemed like something that don't really fit him because of the simple fact that he don't really like giving people chances. He don't really like trying to really save people. That's not really him. Like he wouldn't really put himself in harm's way to save somebody else because he's still relatively a coward. Like he is a kid mentally, he is still a kid. So it just seemed like too much to do and too much going on for him to want to be a hero, want to save people. But he do still have a good heart. He do still care. He still have compassion and you know what I'm saying empathy. So while he's thinking that, he just think, okay, if I learned a little bit from the few books that I did read, why not just read all of them? It don't even change anything in reality. Like, you know what I'm saying? Only a few seconds passed when he ended up doing it. Well, he felt like he was there for, you know what I'm saying, a few minutes. Only like a few seconds that really passed in reality. So it ain't like he would really miss anything. So he, you know what I'm saying, he plopped down onto the couch, but then, the dust kicked up and shit. And he's like, fuck. And he started coughing, start waving his hand in front of his mouth, to fan it out. And then he sit there and he get that feeling like he had the first time. And he go back into that area and that zone, that library of sorts. And he just start grabbing multiple books from every different bookshelf. And then after a while of him just grabbing them hand by hand, he realized that they just come to him when he think about which book he want. And he like, oh yeah, he face palm a little bit. He like, this is all mental. I don't actually need to walk around here. So he get most of the shelf from all of the ones around him, and he flipped through book, flipped through book, flipped through book, and he started getting a headache. And you know what I'm saying, it ain't too bad. After after like 5 books, it get a little bit worse, and it started compounding with the previous headache he got. But he got a very stubborn mindset right now, where it's like, oh, he should just power through it. So he just flip, 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 And then he get through majority of the books here. It's only like a few sections left, a little bit less than half of all of the books that used to be here, which is pretty impressive. And it also shows the endurance of how he was holding out. But then again, he started having a seizure. His nose started bleeding, and he kind of fall out of that mental trance state that he was in. And you know what I'm saying, pain, because not just memories, he also was unlocking abilities through certain books, and then combat experience through other books. And one of the things he have is, it's like, how do I explain? So one of the things he ended up gaining was, you know what I'm saying, like uh perfect recall and photographic memory, and those kind of combined together. Then he ended up gaining a bunch of other smaller things, but like they're not really gonna show too much promise on their own. They just little puzzle pieces, and he don't got all the pieces to complete the puzzle yet. But it's enough where he can use them. So after the seizure, you know what I'm saying, once his his nose stopped bleeding, and you know what I'm saying, he stand up, he take his shirt off, and he realized he kind of built, you know what I'm saying, six pack, you know what I'm saying, hey, shit busting. He like, whoa, he start poking it and shit. He like, oh shit, I ain't never had these, right? And he realized, he did, he knew earlier on that he was still kind of changing when he left from that little coffee shop. He knew that it was a possibility that he was still changing, but now he know for certain that he was still in the process of changing. And it seemed like the more books he go through, the faster he changed. So he went from having a little fro to like a big puffy fro that just out there now. So he got a lot of her to deal with now. So he got a lot of her. He got built. You know what I'm saying? He kind of stockier. And these are all positive things, but the negative ramifications of what he did is gonna start to like kind of show themselves. So he he go through that. He realized, damn, you know what I'm saying, kind of need a new shirt. You know what I'm saying? It's still nighttime. He like, you know, I need money, and he already did make the other green light pill, and you know what I'm saying. Obviously, since it's new and improved, I don't think we should keep calling it green light. But for the rest of the video, it's gonna be called green light. But like in the comment section, whatever new name we come up with for this drug, you know what I'm saying, like the most like name is what I'm gonna start using, because it's not green light anymore. It's completely different. And also remember, you know what I'm saying, the color and all that shit, he can change all of that. So it don't even have to have green in its name to still do the same thing. Or it don't even have to be green at all, the pill. It can be translucent or any other color he decides to make it, with any design he decides to put on it. So he think, and you know, with all the experience he have, you know what I'm saying, as you know, the other person that he was but wasn't, that he feel like he is, he know a very decent way of making money, especially with drug lab. So he just make some more product. You know what I'm saying? He step out. He ended up putting his shirt on backwards because you know what I'm saying, he good and leak blood all over his shirt. So he ended up putting his shirt on backwards, and he kind of mad about that. He zipped his jacket up so like to cover it up so nobody would notice. And he go out since it was still late. You know what I'm saying? He started selling. He started booming. I ain't gonna lie. Like it started up pretty slow, but once people really like get word of mouth that there's some shit out here, some good shit, he kind of become like I wouldn't say like a local little like dealer off the rip, but like word of mouth is still pretty good, especially in like you know what I'm saying the homelessness and like you know fiends and shit like that. They word of mouth is like it's like the internet. So he started relatively slow, but he started getting up there. He started making a decent amount of money. Then like a few hours later, you know what I'm saying, he a couple of hundreds up, high hundreds. You know what I'm saying. So he like okay, this is good with the money that he already had from the wallet and the bag. He's pretty decent, but obviously, you know what I'm saying. You know it could always be more money because if he have no way of making money, then the money he got just gonna run out. And his mind state changed. I don't know if y'all really noticed, but like he moving different. He thinking different. He not as immature as he just was a few hours ago. He he shift, but you know it is what it is. And he start he start walking around. You know what I'm saying? He don't stay in one place too long. He'll do one sale in one place or move, or two sales in one place and move. He got like a one, two, three type of situation. So it's like it could be one, it could be two, or it could be three, but he never go over those in one spot. So it might be three, one, two, three, one, 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 like that because he moving around. But it never exceed three. So he moving around, and it is nighttime. You know what I'm saying? Late night Gotham. You know what I'm saying? He is a fairly good looking guy now. You know what I'm saying? Like he like that now. You know what I'm saying? You know, there's some working girls out there and shit. You know what I'm saying? They smell him. He smell pretty fucking good. He smell amazing actually. And then you know what I'm saying? They start being like, oh, that's a nice, you know, type of cologne. What is that? And you know, he started thinking to himself, cologne? I didn't put nothing on. So, you know, he kinda like, you know what I'm saying, fluff his jacket up a little bit to like try to catch the scent of what they smelling. He don't really smell nothing though. He like, okay, that's kind of weird. You know what I'm saying? They start talking to him. You know what I'm saying? He ain't saying too much, but it don't seem like he have to really say anything at all for them to entertain him. So he like, all right, all right. And he telling them, you know what I'm saying, he out here on like on business and you know what I'm saying, so he can't really, you know what I'm saying, be doing too much or you know what I'm saying, getting held up. And they're like, oh, okay, little working man, okay. And, you know, they're like, we can respect it. You know what I'm saying? So they're like, all right, so what type of business? You know, he said, you know, of course, you know what I'm saying, he moved product and stuff like that. You know, he's just a carrier. He kind of like a little grunt, basically, but it's decent money. And they're like, oh, okay. And you know what I'm saying? A few of them, they're like, nah, don't put yourself down like that. You know, they need people like you. So this whole for that whole situation to work. And then, you know what I'm saying, some other one, they just like, all right, what do you have? You know what I'm saying? I could buy some stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? They just trying to put some money in his pocket because, you know, he's sensational. So hold on. What was that? All right, I'm back. I didn't find out what that sound was. I believe my house is haunted. But anyway, uh, you know, they shopping with him and shit, you know what I'm saying? And he got this thing where it's like he can't really deny women. It's just like he kind of don't even really understand where that's coming from, but he kind of just really can't deny them. Like he making sure that, you know what I'm saying, he don't say nothing like crazy or rude or hurtful. You know what I'm saying, he real gentleman like. So like, you know what I'm saying, when one of them tried to buy some crazy shit off him, he was like, nah, I don't sell that to women. And, you know what I'm saying, she like, huh? He's like, you know what I'm saying, like, I'm sorry, like, you know what I'm saying, like, I wouldn't feel good about myself if like I sold that shit because I know what that can do. And she like, okay, all right, you know what I'm saying? She don't need it. What would you recommend? You know what I'm saying? He started saying like, he got little gummies, you know, shit, you know, shit like that. He got, you know what I'm saying, some experimental stuff that like, you know what I'm saying, he got from, you know what I'm saying, the people above him. And she like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? He started explaining about green light and shit like that. She like, I don't really need that. But you know what I'm saying, once he started talking about like the little weed gummies and shit, she like, okay, I could fuck with those. You know what I'm saying? He give her some and shit like that. And you know, she like, all right. Like, how good are these? And he like, oh, those are pretty good. They're pretty amazing. You know what I'm saying? They work almost instantly, so you don't really have to wait for them to kick in. And she like, oh, okay, that's that's nice. That's nice. So he get that situation took care of and shit. And then, you know what I'm saying, some of them boys start walking around there and shit. They asking them why they all grouped up in one spot, because obviously that's not what they supposed to be doing. And then, you know what I'm saying, they start explaining that, they buy some stuff. And then, they like buying stuff. Buying what kind of stuff? So they walking up on him. You know what I'm saying? They start kind of like casing him a little bit, trying to see if he a lick or not. And then, you know what I'm saying, he immediately look at them. He look, like, you know what I'm saying, before y'all even think to even do all that, just know I ain't out here by myself. You might only be seeing me, but like I'm not by myself. Before we even, you know what I'm saying, before that thought process even finished, and they're like, oh, word. And they're like, nah, bro, we wasn't gonna do nothing to you. We ain't gonna touch you. Like, type shit. And he like, yeah, yeah. And he thinking in the back of his head, he like, yeah, it's a good thing I'm still young, because they still think that it's people above me. You know what I'm saying? And shit like that. He could use that to his advantage. And he like, where do I remember that from? And then it's like he have the memory, but then he forget it. And he like, all right, that's weird. And you know what I'm saying? He should hold his head. And they're like, you good? He's like, yeah, just a little sleeper problem. You know what I'm saying? He kind of snapped back. What the fuck is that? All right, it shit just gonna keep happening. I'm gonna keep going anyway. So he like, no, I'm just a little sleeper problem shit. You know what I'm saying? And it's because he did so much shit at one time that like his brain is kind of like got a backlog of things that gotta come through. So that's what that is for anybody wondering. It's just he all of it's gonna come through eventually, but it's like a backlog. So what I'm saying, they asked him, all right, so what do you have? You know what I'm saying? He started, start telling them, hey, fuck with your boy. You know what I'm saying? I got these, I got this, I got that, I got I got fucking party drugs, I got Tylenol, I got Fent. I'm saying he got anything anybody could need. And they're like, damn, okay. Know what I'm saying? One of them, he gets some gummies and shit. And he like, oh yeah, this shit, this all I really fuck with. And the other one, you know what I'm saying? He was still he was still kind of casing him a little bit, kind of still seeing him as a free stain. So you know what I'm saying? He ended up seeing the green light pill because they illuminate in the dark, like they kind of glow. And that was the one he made. You know what I'm saying? They kind of glow. So he seen them. He like, oh, what are those? And he was like, oh, that's some experimental stuff. And then he like experimental, like teeth rotten. You know what I'm saying? Hair falling out experimental, or like, you know what I'm saying, like cloud 9 experimental. And he like, nah, like this is like I wouldn't even know how to categorize it. Like if I was to say what it closely relates to, I would say something like steroids. And bro, like steroids are like a performance enhancer. And he like, yeah. And he was like, but I don't know too much about it because you can clearly tell. You know what I'm saying? They don't tell me nothing. They just told me a few things to say in case somebody was interested in buying them. He was like, oh, word? Like what? And, you know what I'm saying? He started explaining what it's supposed to do. And he said, what it like, and he was like, the reason I'm saying supposed to is because I don't know. Like, obviously, come on, y'all know he know. But he can't say that. He's still playing like he the little grunt. So he like, okay, how much? And he like, these go for 300 a pill. And he like, what? That seems kinda steep, don't you think? He like, I mean, but at the same time, if it do what they were saying it's supposed to, 300 is kinda cheap for you to get it some superpowers. And he like, and you know what I'm saying? He started clicking his tongue and shit. He like, man, I and let me get one of those. You know what I'm saying? He give him the 300. You know what I'm saying? He give it to him. He like, yeah, all right. You know what I'm saying? And then, all right, I'm back. My fault. Uh, People go coming to get me in my room. But damn, what the fuck was I talking about? The green light. Yeah. So look, I don't remember exactly where I was, but I remember I was talking about them green light pills, and I saying he was explaining what they supposed to do if they work. He was also making it seem like he's a small guy that don't know too much. So the pills get bought off him. And the dude, he asked him like if he got like a number or something that he can reach him. And he's like, nah, like right now this is just like basically like a test run of sorts. You know what I'm saying? Like his you know what I'm saying, his OG who over him basically wanted to, you know what I'm saying, see if these areas was safe enough for them to make this like they regular little spot. Or did somebody else own them? And they're like, oh, okay. And you know what I'm saying? They thinking like, man, this little nigga stupid because you know what I'm saying. You're not supposed to tell people shit like that. But at the same time, that make him less suspicious because when he says stuff like that, they just perceive him as a dumb little kid. So he using that to his advantage, obviously, and he leave because you know, bro is still casing him. You know what I'm saying? The other one. You know what I'm saying? Before you leave, you know what I'm saying? The girl say bye to him and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what I'm saying? He got that aura. So now that he leave from that area, he go to a few more areas, and what he said was real. Like it was some truth to it. He is test running to see which areas he can be in. That's that's relatively safe. That like nobody will like try to fight him or take it from him. So now that he got like a grid of sort of like places that he can work with, he like all right now he know his stumping grounds of sorts. Obviously things can still change, but you know what I'm saying, it's decent. You saying that it was like little to no police actions in the areas he was in. There's a few nightclubs that was also booming. So if he wanted to, he could just start, you know what I'm saying, making sure that like he, stock up a nightclub and they start distributing the drugs through the nightclub and shit like that. He's thinking of all the ways he can make this work. Cause let's be honest, he need that money, that moolah, that cheddar cheese. But now I'm saying by the end of the night, he made a decent amount of money. You know what I'm saying? Nothing too crazy happened. Like he did see that the back signal thing was on, which is still like uh uh how do you explain it? It's basically like it's still like cool to him that like he actually is in a world with heroes that he read about and that he played the game of and watched the movies for. Like that's still like a thing that he can't really get over because that's kind of cool. But at the same time, it's kind of like some parts of it is like super impressive to him, but then other parts are just like lackluster because of the life that he lived previously to this one and to the one before he was Casper. And then he started thinking, and he's like, I really miss my friends. And then he starts shaking his head. You know what I'm saying? You get like a little migraine and shit. He like, what am I talking about? I don't have no friends. And he's like, yeah, I really need to sleep. I think I'm tweaking. So on his way back to his little stash house and shit, you know what I'm saying? He been the block like 4, 5 times because you know what I'm saying. He kind of paranoid. Make sure nobody following him. You know what I'm saying? He got heightened sensitive and shit. So he make sure he pay attention. You know, and then he get back in there. He reached down into the floor after he moved the, the couch and shit. But before any of that, of course he checked the little toothpicks and shit to make sure that like you know what I'm saying everything was safe. And then he grabbed what he need. You know what I'm saying? He say goodbye to the place because he not coming back here. You know what I'm saying? And then he look outside because he was just about to immediately leave, and he realized, damn, it's still kind of dark out. Before he start doing any like real movement, he should at least wait until the sun come up. So he sit back down on the couch and he go to sleep. But while he sleep, you know what I'm saying, he hearing people talking to him. He can't see nothing, but he can feel the emotions that he have for certain voices that's talking to him. You know what I'm saying? He can hear a bunch of kids calling him big brother and shit. And you know what I'm saying? It's weird because he don't have no siblings. But it don't feel bad. You know what I'm saying? They thanking him for taking care of them and giving them all the shit that they want. And he like, oh, okay. He don't really know what they talking about. But if he did do those things, that's kind of cool. And then he wake up. You know what I'm saying? He sit up. You know what I'm saying? His eyes kind of blurry. And, you know what I'm saying? He rub his eyes and stuff. You're like, hey, that was kind of weird. But hey, and then he looked and he like, what was kind of weird? What was I even thinking about? And then there's just like silence, like in his head, in the room around him. It's just like nothing really makes sense. Like can't really remember for real. And then he like, all right, enough about that. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna think too hard. He just woke up anyway, and he like, all right, back to the plan. I need to find a place to stay. I need a phone, some hotspot, and some clothes. Really, like, I actually need more than that. If I'm being real, I need a toothbrush, some fucking toothpaste, deodorant, soap, some water. And he's like, oh yeah, I'm not staying here, so I should just find a place for water. Anyway, that's enough thinking. I need to get to some action. So he go outside, you know what I'm saying? He hear the birds chirping. He see people jogging. And he like, if he didn't know that he came from an entire different world, and he didn't know that like powers and stuff existed, he would think that it was just like normal, like nothing out of the ordinary. You see people, you know what I'm saying, getting up, you know what I'm saying, getting in their car to go to work, all types of shit, just day to day life stuff. So he like, all right, it is what it is. It's nothing too weird. If this wasn't happening, then that would be pretty weird. But he walking down the block and stuff, you know what I'm saying? It's still pretty early, probably about like almost 7 ish. So like he's seeing people like on bus stops and stuff, you know what I'm saying? And he like, oh yeah, you know what I'm saying? School. So he walking, you know what I'm saying? He got a book bag on and shit. And you know what I'm saying? Some, you know, some people start talking to him. They're like, "Oh shit, you go to this school?" You know what I'm saying? And they start saying the name of their school and stuff. And he's like, "Nah, I don't go to that school. You know, my bus stop a little further down." And they're like, "Oh, okay." And you know what I'm saying? They start talking to him and shit. You know, ask for his Instagram and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? He like, "Yeah, I ain't got no phone on me right now, but you know what I'm saying? If you write your stuff down, niggas start pulling their papers out, writing that shit down." You know what I'm saying? The females going crazy. Well, he like, damn, the perks of being a good looking person. But it is what it is. He keep pushing. And he start thinking about it. Damn, should he go to school? Because outside of, you know what I'm saying, the money making scheme that he got, he ain't really got too much plans for the world. And he don't know too much about the world outside of like a little bit of stuff. So if he was to go to school, at least he would learn something. I think he would learn more about what's going on, about the wider world, the history. But at the same time, he didn't really do good in school. He wouldn't even know how to like begin to get himself into school. And like he thinking like that because he kind of like he trying to shoot the idea down, but because how smart he is now, he think about it and he like, but it ain't like I can't figure out how to get myself into school. It wouldn't take that much for him to learn. So he like, man, I don't know, because school could be a waste of time and it could just get in the way of what he doing, but it also could be the thing that he need. So he's like, I'm gonna go to school, but probably not for that long. Yeah, yeah, that's the plan for now. But until then, I'm gonna keep doing everything else that I need to do. So he get on the bus stop. You know what I'm saying? Not like for school, but like the metro. But you know what I'm saying? He take the bus up to the mall, and like he in the mall and stuff. And he walking around. He go buy you know what I'm saying, a phone. He go buy some clothes and stuff. And you know what I'm saying? Of course, you know what I'm saying? People are looking at him a little weird, and he not really thinking about it because he like, I mean, it is what it is. But then some security guards start coming up to him, and he like, yeah, how can I help you? And they're like, ain't you supposed to be in school right now? And he like, oh yeah, damn, he forgot. Adults are nosy as fuck, and they don't mind their goddamn business. So he like, see, I just moved to the city. So like I haven't really been registered for school yet. You know what I'm saying? I don't get registered until tomorrow. So I thought, you know what I'm saying, it'd be cool. Give me some clothes, stuff like that. And they're like, oh, okay. And they're like, all right, but just in case, you know what I'm saying, like, because, the police do be cracking down on kids skipping and stuff. You should probably like, you know what I'm saying, make sure that you have like a parent or guardian with you. And he's like, oh, yeah, they at work, but you know what I'm saying, like he ain't gonna be out for that long, so you know what I'm saying. They're like, all right, you know what I'm saying. He polite, so they don't really dig too deep into that. He like, yeah, I need to get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying. He already got his phone and shit, so he like, you know, that's all I really needed, and the clothes, at least from here. So he get back on the bus because he ain't got no car. And while he on the bus, he's just sitting there. He thinking, and he like, I mean, it could be kind of cool to go to school. He could meet like probably some cool, interesting people, but he wouldn't even know what school to even try to get into. And then he like, nah, I ain't even gonna think like that. I'm gonna just see what's the best school in this area, apply for it, and I'm saying study my ass off and get into that school. But obviously, not now. I'm saying, he got plans. He got things that he thinks about doing. So he ain't gonna do that immediately. But he get off the bus. You know what I'm saying? He a few stops from where he was, because you know what I'm saying, he don't really remember where he got on the bus stop at. Well, he remember where he got on at, but he wasn't paying attention to the the streets. And then the bus take a completely different route going back to where he got on at. So once he starts seeing some familiarity in the area, he just got off, and then he just re-navigated himself from there. Hold on, I got the hiccups. All right, I'm back. I had to get some water and shit. I had the hiccups. But like I was saying, once you found some familiarity in the area, he just re-navigated from there to find the bus stop that he started at. And then he branched from there. Branch, not branch. what the fuck? He branched from there and started looking at the things that was in the nearby area of where he was. And he see a bunch of hospitals, uh, a few libraries, some small parks, stuff like that. And he's just looking around. He's studying there, like all the places. He's taking everything in. And then he started thinking, and he might as well set his phone up because he ain't doing nothing else. So, what I'm saying, he opened the phone up, what I'm saying, he started going through it. And then he realized, damn, this shit kind of slow initially. But then, what I'm saying, it come on, what I'm saying, it reboots through all the shit, it updates. He looking at the time and the date and stuff like that, and he like, all right, at least, what I'm saying, the dates are still the same, kind of. And the year is different though, cause to him previously, he was in like 2024, but now he in like 2011, and he like that's kind of weird in a way. He don't really. I mean, he died, so it don't really matter that much. But it is still something that kind of remind him of the fact that he is somewhere different, foreign. So you're like, all right. What I'm saying, he started clicking on all the little starter apps that comes with the phone, and he do that for a good few hours. I'm gonna say about like 2 hours. It's just familiarizing himself with the phone, with the apps, with what I'm saying, different things. So like he not a complete fucking scrub when it comes to using the phone. So now that he familiarizing himself with the phone, he looking through the all the different shit. He got on the apps, I'm saying. He made him a few accounts already. So pretty much he kinda pre-prepared for when he I'm saying, go to school and shit. Cause he did hear them talking about, I'm saying, I add them on Instagram, and I'm saying, shit like that. Like, you should add me on Instagram. Like how they gonna add him, you should add me. It's in the description below. I'm saying, just make sure, I'm saying, you click on that and you add me on Instagram. Yeah, that was shameless and this is a plug, but do I care? No. No, I don't. But yeah, he was looking through the Instagram and stuff. So he added that. He pulled out the piece of paper that he had. He started adding, I'm saying, the people who he said he was gonna add, because, I'm saying, most of them was girls. So like he like, yeah, I might as well add them. So after that, he finally get up, you know what I'm saying? And he started looking around. And he finally started thinking about his housing situation and what he gonna do about that. And he like, I mean, how is he supposed to get a house? Like, he ain't got no credit. He ain't got like no guardian to, you know, pay that shit off, or to at least start it for him to keep paying the rent. He ain't got like nothing like that. He don't even know who he is. Like the name that he's supposed to have for the body that he's in. Which is still pretty weird, because he like, now that his mind is the way it is, how come none of those memories started to come through, even though he have other memories that already did started to come through? And then he started thinking, like, is that the reason why he's having the weird feelings and memory problems, is because of the body? And then he started thinking, like, do anybody even know who this person is, or And you're like, well, obviously people know who he is somewhere. At least he hopes so. And then you think about like what ended up getting him in a situation where his head ended up getting bashed in. That's the real question. Like what the fuck actually happened? He needs to investigate that. But that that's all stuff that he gotta prioritize what is more important in the moment. The memories he do have, you know what I'm saying, from himself and then from the wanderer of sorts, they helping him kinda like kinda facilitate his new life. But if he do have an old life to fall back on, he kinda do need that type of information. Because what if he have a family and they already have a house and he already have a room? You know what I'm saying? It'd be no point in him doing all the other stuff that he was doing. But then again, he do look a little bit different from how you used to. So like, you know what I'm saying? That's also a thing because it's like, I mean, his face changed. So like, what if it? You know what I'm saying? What if they don't believe that he's him? But it didn't change like too much. It got a little better, but like, it wasn't like enough of a change for them to think, oh yeah, this nigga ended up getting plastic surgery. So he contemplating some shit, and he finally decided that later on he gonna go to a hospital and shit. You know what I'm saying? He gonna go try to get his blood work and you know what I'm saying? You know, that type of shit. Might fuck around and say he got amnesia for them to, you know, take his blood and like, you know what I'm saying, try to backtrace his identity for him. But that's for later. What he is gonna do is find somewhere to stay. So he pull out his phone, he get on the equivalent of Zelle and you know, things of that nature. And you start looking at different houses and shit. Mm, obviously, this is just like future planning for like when he have like nigga identities that he can use, or he come up with some fake identities to be able to buy shit in different names for himself. So he thinking about like what's the most optimal place for him to live once it's like, you know what I'm saying, once he got all the money that he need to just buy the place. But you know what I'm saying, after a while of that, he realized that's wishful thinking right now, and he don't need to be doing no wishful thinking. He needs to find an actual place. So he stand up, he start walking around. You know what I'm saying? He's still scrolling on his phone and shit. So he's not really paying attention too much to where he going. You know what I'm saying? The sun's out. It's kind of a little chilly, but it's still more on the warmer side. It feels pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Gotham is it's a very beautiful city, even though it's extremely dangerous. And I feel like the because of how dangerous it is, the beauty of the city get overlooked. So he is kind of taking in the scenery. You know what I'm saying? He looking at shit. He end up getting, you know what I'm saying, walking past GCPD. And he like, oh shit, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of cool. He snapped a picture of it and shit. Which it looked kind of suspicious, but he wasn't really thinking about that. But it do look kind of suspicious. And then he keep walking, and he end up walking past this like boarding home halfway house of sorts. And like the reason I say that of sort part is because it's for juveniles. And he like, I mean, yeah, that's not really useful. And you know, see, he start walking past and he see one of them little banners dangling from the window and shit. And he look at it, he read it, and he like, oh shit, And y'all thinking, you know what I'm saying, why the fuck would he move in there? Like, think about it, you know what I'm saying? Free room. Well, not a free room. He gotta pay for it. But at the same time, it's he, you know what I'm saying, he get a blanket, he get a shower, he get a Wi-Fi, you know what I'm saying? That was pretty good. You know what I'm saying? All you have to worry about after that is, you know what I'm saying, paying for it, you know what I'm saying, what are you gonna eat and shit like that. But it's pretty much set up for him to at least be somewhat comfortable. It's not the best because it's like a boarding home. So like there's gonna be a lot of people there and like, you know what I'm saying, it's people coming and going and shit like that. But overall, it's pretty decent for somewhere to start. It's better than where he just was. And then the second half of that is because with the business that he had, and you know what I'm saying, the fact that he is already looking to expand in said business, who better to hire than other juveniles? You know what I'm saying? Like, well, he not really a juvenile, but like kinda. It, we gonna get there. But who better to hire than juvenile children that already don't like to follow the rules, and like they probably went to juvie for a number of things, from aggression and assault to possession of, you know what I'm saying, shit. Who knows? So those are some of the best people for him to familiarize himself with for the business sake, because they're not too much older. They probably will be a little bit older than him. Some will probably be younger than him, but like that's within his age group, is his age range. So it's not gonna be too crazy. But then again, you know what I'm saying, on the other side of that, you know, for business sake, I thought I needed water. And also because he keep having these fleeting memories of these people that he knew, that he felt like he knew, that was all around his age, and you know what I'm saying, they was hella cool and hella tight, and they all helped him build up his his empire. So now with that in the back of his head, kinda navigating him a little bit without him really noticing. So he walk up to the door, he knock on it, and there is no answer at first. And then he go for the door handle, and he realized that the door is open. So he like, oh, he opened the door. He walk in and shit. You know what I'm saying? He start looking around, but it's like a little front area, and they got a door to the side with, you know what I'm saying. It's a big door. So like obviously he can tell past that big door is like probably like the dorm area and shit like that, where it get to the other shit. But to the side, it's a little window. It got a little speaker in it. You know what I'm saying? It's a little lady behind the window and shit. And she, you know what I'm saying, started talking to him through the little speaker. And she like, how can I help you? And you know what I'm saying, he walk up to it, and he started saying like he seen a little sign, and he needs somewhere to stay. And you know what I'm saying, she started, you know what I'm saying, asking him information about him and shit. And then, you know what I'm saying, he tell her that he's a runaway. Uh he also kinda don't really remember too much about like where he came from and shit like that. And she like, what, like amnesia? And he's like, kind of, in a way. And you know, she looking at him kind of suspiciously, because she's like, okay, but like at the same time, that's not that's not too crazy for people to not really want people to know who they are, or anything about them. So you know, she explained the rules to him. You know what I'm saying, no fighting. You know, they got a curfew. You know, shit like that. And if he do stay out later past the curfew, you know what I'm saying, when the door is locked, they lock. They're not gonna open the doors for him. So he have to find somewhere else to sleep. You know what I'm saying? She explained the rules about the showers and the bathrooms and keeping everything up to date and cleaning up behind themselves. And you would think that, what I'm saying, she don't really have to go through all of this shit, but you know, some niggas are nasty. So after she done doing all the explanation and stuff, you know what I'm saying, she hand him a little ID thing, you know what I'm saying, after she snapped a picture of him and shit. And like it's an ID. It's a it's a John Doe on it because he didn't give her his name, but he got his age on there. And like, I don't know if I previously said how old he is, but he's 15, about to turn 16. Physically, because mentally, you know what I'm saying, with his intelligence and shit, he is old as he is intelligent and mature. So that is that. That's some good ass water. But what I'm saying, she had him a little ID. He look at it, John Doe, and he kind of crack a smile, and she like, yeah, I thought you would have found that funny, and he like, yeah, a little bit. So she opened the door for him. She showed him to the room that he gonna have, and he kind of lucked up, and he ended up getting a room by himself because what I'm saying, there's not that many people here. Most of them either they got like transferred out because they did the little time that they needed to do, so what I'm saying, they could go back to their families or whatever situation they was in, or they went back to juvie and they are waiting until they old enough to go to big boy jail because they did not stop committing crimes. So he pretty much in here. He got a room to himself and shit. You know what I'm saying? She explained that like some of them are like at school, like in person school, but then some of them are just like in their rooms on their laptop because most of them don't really do in person school. So if he do see people, what I'm saying, he should introduce himself. He don't have to if he don't want to. You know what I'm saying? It's all up to him. But then, what I'm saying, she waved and what I'm saying, she go back up to the front. And then, what I'm saying, he put his stuff on his bed. And then he heard, damn, bro, she normally ain't even that nice. And he turned around and he looked and he see somebody peeking in through the door and he like, can I help you? And he like, my fault. But like, I just kind of noticed that, what I'm saying, like, she's a bitch, like, to everybody equally. But like, she was being kind of nice to you. So like, what the fuck was, what I'm saying? I just thought it was kind of odd. This is something that kind of piqued my interest a little bit. And he like, yeah, okay. And he like, oh, my fault. What I'm saying, I ain't introduce myself. He said, look, my name Kanan, but what I'm saying, people call me K. And he like, okay. And he shake his hand. And he like, you ain't got no name. And he like, you can call me Drax. And he like, Drac, like like Dracula, like the vampire. He like, yeah. And he like, ah, okay, Drac. And like, so what you in here for? And he's like, for a room. And he like, oh, my fault. That was kind of, hey, I thought you were like some of the rest of us. You know what I'm saying? That trying to trying to become better people, more civilized people. And he like, nah, I just needed a room. And he like, hey, everybody had their reasons for being here, one way or another. And he like, see, I'm about to go out to the back, but we got a basketball court. You trying to come? And he like, yeah, I'll come. Know what I'm saying? Figure, know what I'm saying, move some stuff around. Know what I'm saying? He ended up changing clothes and shit because, what I'm saying, the shirt he was wearing had blood on it. So he ended up throwing that one away. He ended up changing clothes and shit. Put himself into some new drip. So then he go out there, you know what I'm saying? He wearing joggers and shit, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, he ain't got no basketball shorts. He didn't think about no basketball shorts. So they go out there, you know what I'm saying? Bro, you know what I'm saying? He told him to check up and shit. You know what I'm saying? He check up. You know what I'm saying? He like, I don't really know too much about basketball. He like, all right, bro. Basically, don't travel. You know what I'm saying? He to explain what traveling is. You know what I'm saying? He tell him, you know what I'm saying? You can shoot from here, here, here. You can dunk. You can lay up. Basically anything to get past this nigga without fucking basically just punching him or just fucking shoving him out the way. And he like, all right. So, you know what I'm saying? They run a little bit of a scrimmage. You know what I'm saying? Look, that nigga Casper can shoot. You know what I'm saying? He can shoot. Steph Curry with it. You know what I'm saying? He got range. Everything else, dog shit. But like he can shoot. And that's all he really care about. So they end up almost tying. That nigga Casper lost because, you know, he don't know too much about it. And he like, oh shit, you pretty good. You know what I'm saying? He was like, hey, you should you know what I'm saying? Start running some games with me. Cause you know what I'm saying? Everybody else that he be trying to play with either don't want to play or they just ask. And you know what I'm saying? Cause like, that's cool. You know what I'm saying? He like, hey man, you got a phone? You know what I'm saying? He like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? They kind of locked each other in and shit. And then he like, all right, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna fuck with you. And you know what I'm saying? He dip off. And he look. And he think like, damn, he remind me of somebody. I just can't put my finger on it. And then he head back to his room. And you know what I'm saying? Hey, that's why I'm gonna have to leave this part off. You know what I'm saying? I tried this recording multiple times. My shit was fucking up, but you know, I still got it out the way. I still did it, and that's all I care about. You know what I'm saying? Perseverance and whatnot. But y'all know what it is. Like, comment, subscribe if you're not subscribed already, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next part. Peace.